So my training was on Friday, and on Sunday I had clients.
Wow.
Out of my mom's house. After dropping out of nursing school, I opened my first salon being 20 years old.
So what was the budget?
And it ended up being more than I had in my bank account. But managing 2 places at once, I do not recommend that to anyone in this world.
You were successful in doing lashes. Why did you turn to PMU?
Something that nobody knows is I actually sold my first location.
But it's a lot of money, and for a 22-year-old girl to have on your bank account, wow.
And shortly after that, this person took me under her wing, and she had me assisting in her training.
What's her name? Tell us the name. We want the name.
I can't talk about that.
Why?
No. I didn't read over the contract how I should have. And I ended up getting myself into this super weird contract.
This is the PMU Space Community Podcast. Here we have real, honest talk about ups and downs and how to grow as an artist, level up your skills, and build a beauty business that actually lasts. PMU Space is where your progress begins.
She's only 25 years old, but already a salon owner, trainer, PMU champion, and a non-stop learner who even flies overseas with her newborn baby to train with the best in the world. In this episode of the PMU Space podcast, the community where artists get real about what it takes, we sit down with Gabriela Rojas, founder of Dazzling Beauty Bar in Miami. We will talk about how she opened her stunning studio, how she balances motherhood and businesses, why she chooses to compete instead of being a judge, and how she's making waves in one of the most competitive PMU cities in the USA. Tune in to hear what it really takes to stand out and stay on top in the PMU world. Hello, my dear. I'm so happy to see you here, and thank you for your precious time. I know that you're busy business owner and the mama of baby, and I know that every minute is oh, I'm a mama, I need to go to my baby. So how are you doing? How are you? How is everything?
Well, thank you for having me. I am doing good. It has been a year since my son was born. He just turned 1, and it has been a year of shifting and just figuring out and learning this whole new stage of my life and how to navigate it. But I feel like now that it's been a year, I'm in a good place. I am much more settled in, and focused on my work again.
Thank you so much. And let's do a fast warm-up before we go to the main part. So I have a game for you. It's called Have You Ever? So I will have some questions. I expect you to give me a rapid answers.
Okay.
So have you ever cried after a bad procedure?
No.
Unique PMU artist. Have you ever taken training and regretted it?
No. Maybe.
Maybe or no?
I don't know. That's a tough question.
I like that. No, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Have you ever turned away a client because of the bad vibes?
No.
Have you ever done PMU on a friend and wished you hadn't?
Yes.
At least something, yes. Because I was feeling oh, she's perfect. Have you ever booked a training just because it looked good on Instagram?
No.
Have you ever refunded a client that wasn't happy with your work?
Absolutely not.
Everybody was happy? Or you did not refund?
Yeah, I mean, I've never had someone come back that they're upset. I've never had a crazy client story. I've had people who maybe they want the free touch up and things like that, or they try to I've had chargebacks, but I don't refund them. I fight them.
Okay, so
the chargebacks, not the clients.
Have you ever thought about quitting and doing something else?
Never.
Have you ever done PMU on yourself?
No.
Have you ever had a mentor who totally changed your life?
Yes.
And it was like a mentor or maybe like a family member or...
No, for this industry in specific, it was a mentor. Yes.
Can we know the name?
Of course, Natasha.
Natasha Zuza?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, she's amazing.
my PMU mom.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised that it's her. Have you ever used the artist photos to promote yourself? Like other artist photos?
No.
No, and she's almost perfect, guys.
No.
But I'm pretty sure that she also has some secrets. I will get them out for sure. So stay with us. Tell us a little bit more about your background. What did you do before you started in PMU?
So I'm 25. I just turned 25. And fresh out of high school, when I was 18, I got into eyelashes. I was like scrolling through Instagram and I saw, at this point, it was like 2018. And here in Miami, in that area where I was living, it wasn't so common. So I was scrolling through Instagram and I'm like, ooh, like I want to get my lashes done. I'm 18, like I've never gotten my lashes done. And then I'm like scrolling through her page and she offers trainings and I was like, hold on. I mean, I like making money, and I've liked making money. I started working when I was 14 years old.
Oh, that's so nice.
So
what did you do?
My first job, a Cold Stone, serving ice cream.
What else? What else did you do before?
That was at 14, and then I got into like the restaurant world. I didn't really last too long into that, and then after that, I was in like managing an office. That was not for me. I would sit there in the office and I would hide in the bathroom for like 30 minutes just scrolling through my phone and have them think whatever they wanted to think about that. So that was definitely not for me. And then after that, I got a job at Macy's selling fragrances. And that was the last job that I had before I signed up for my Lash training. And once I signed up for the Lash training, within a week, I told them I'm not coming into work anymore.
Why?
And I went full-time into the lashing.
You mean you're not coming back to Macy's?
To Macy's,
okay.
Yes.
Right after training, you started to work and doing lashes.
Yeah, so my training was on Friday, and on Sunday I had clients.
Wow.
Out of my mom's house, it was like this tiny little room that she had. The moment I took my training, I purchased my bed, my equipment. I had everything ready to go. And on that Sunday, I had clients, which were like my colleagues from when I was working at Macy's.
Did you use your personal money for this investment, or maybe your mom supported you?
No, my mom, I told her that I wanted to do it. I love my mom, and my mom is so supportive of everything that I do. But at that point, I was in nursing school. Well, I was getting into nursing school. I was in college. So she was like, no, I'm not giving you any money. And I said, I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking you, like, do you think this is a good idea? So I used like the last $600, which was like my paycheck that I had just gotten.
Did she say that it was a good idea, or she was
No, she was like, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? Lashes? How about nursing school?
Yeah, and she knew from the beginning that it was gonna distract me and I was gonna throw a curveball, and it didn't happen until like 3 years later.
So you still did go to the nursing school?
I was in college, and then I finished college, went into nursing school, and at 21, I think.
And during all this time, you were doing lashes?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast. We put our heart and soul into it to make it interesting and motivational for you. Please give us your support, like and follow, so more artists can see it. Thank you in advance. Love ya.
But that was doing so good that's when I decided, I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I going to continue with nursing school, or am I just gonna go full in? And something inside of me just said, go full in. And I did. And after that, I think like 3-4 months later, after dropping out of nursing school, I opened my first salon, being 20 years old.
Okay, that was actually my next question. So you opened your first studio for lashes when you were 20.
Yep.
Like, you were successful in doing lashes. Why did you like turn to PMU?
So lashes for me, I like doing it. But then like briefly after doing lashes, I got into doing like brow waxes and these kinds of things. And then that's what took me into PMU, and I just fell in love with PMU. And then the lashes, I did lashes up until right before I went into labor. I was still taking lash clients, but it was like VIP clients that they would not go to anybody else. They were like, no, you have to do me. Like, how much do you want from me? Like money wise. And it wasn't about the money. I never paid them more. I just did them because those were my clients where when I went into work, it was like an escape. I would get in there, I would do their lashes, and we were just chit-chatting. So it was
basically,
fun.
you were still doing PMU and doing your, like, keeping your lash clients.
Yeah. Only like, it was like 5 clients. And then once I went into labor, I never saw a lash client again. So like a year ago is actually when I fully finished with that chapter.
Now you're not cheating. You're all in PMU.
Yeah, but I still do smaller services. I do brow laminations.
Having such a good experience in lash business and PMU business, your personal vision, which one is more, like in terms of money, more bring more income? Like not like talking about your case, but just like in general, because it's like always debates between, because lash clients, they're returning clients. PMU is like you don't see your clients every month, right?
Exactly.
So what, you could feel both, and what do you think?
I mean, the way that I always think about it, and when it was like that time for me to like make the switch, yes, I was going for what I loved to do, but I was also doing the math in my head. How much am I making hourly? So it's always something that I did in my head. And really, when you think about it, you do make more money doing lashes, but why not offer both, you know? Although I am like big on whatever you focus on is what you'll attract more of and whatnot. But if you're someone who's just starting, don't drop what you have going on to switch to this new journey. No, do both.
And it's actually helpful because you dragged your lash clients to the PMU.
Exactly.
You already had the base of clients, so it's like super convenient to add this.
Yeah, I always get asked that, like, how did you start doing like clients? How did you get those clients? And for me, I started with eyebrows. Ombre brows was the first thing that I did when it came to PMU, and all I did was convert all my brow clients. If they were getting a tint, I was like, well, look, you're paying me $50 for a tint every 2 weeks. You can just pay me. At that time, I was charging $250 for brows. When I first started, I was like, you can pay me $250 and you're gonna have these permanent on your face.
How much do you charge now?
I charge $500 for the service.
And lips?
$500.
The same.
Yeah.
You do eyeliner?
No.
You don't do eyeliner?
No.
Did you plan to add it to your?
No. I don't want to add anything. And if I could cut everything off and just do lips, that would make me happy.
So lips is your favorite?
Yes, it is.
I have something exclusive for you here. Are you a PMU artist in your first few years trying to figure it all out? Or maybe you're an established artist looking to be a part of a supportive community that actually gets it? Or maybe you're already in the beauty industry, thinking about getting into permanent makeup, but not sure if it's the right fit. PMU Space gives you a real look at what it takes, the techniques, the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the business side too. It's your opportunity to explore the world of PMU and decide if it's truly for you. It's a growing support system packed with real advice, live sessions with top artists, and the community that talks openly about what's really happening behind the scenes. Whether you're building your skills, exploring the path, or just looking for your people, PMU Space is where the progress begins. Click the link below or scan a QR code and start exploring PMU Space community today. Your journey begins now.
I heard your salon opening was a wow. We are talking about your new big salon.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about it. How did you pick the area? How did you find that spot? What was the budget?
So I had 2 locations before I opened this last one. I had my first location, which was where we took clients mainly. And then I had opened up a second location in Coral Gables.
And you were still like 20, 21 years old.
I think I signed my lease in 2022 for this location.
For the new big one.
For the new big one.
Oh
so
my
I was
gosh.
22 when I signed this one. So it had only been like a year and a half or something like that I had gotten the other space. But I had 2 spaces, and one was more like training, but we had 3 private rooms and 2 big areas, and one was like a classroom and the other one's like working area. But managing 2 places at once, I do not recommend that to anyone in this world. Like, if you have a business and it's successful and you want to open another one, get a partner.
Managing even one place when I was 20, it's like, wow.
But I had no other responsibilities. We had no kids. I had he was my boyfriend at the time.
Something to do when you're 20, 21, and you have a boyfriend and you have money because you've been working. So
yeah, but the worst thing you can do is give money to someone who's young. Don't do that. It's terrible. We don't make good financial decisions. But yeah, so managing 2 places was just way too much for me. And then I was like, okay, well, I just need one big space. I had 700 square feet in the first one. It was very small. And the other one was 900 square feet. So I was looking for something like 2,000 square feet. And I wanted it to be around that area.
At that moment, did you have a staff that was working for you, or you were just renting out the...
Yeah, I was fully staffed. I was fully staffed in both locations. I had to figure out how to put all my staff in one space, because something that nobody knows is I actually sold my first location. So that location, I was renting it out, but I had someone who paid me money, cash money.
So bought your business, like... Basically that location.
Everything that I built out inside that space, she bought it. So she gave me a set amount.
And the stuff?
No. So she wasn't taking over my name. She wasn't taking over anything other than the location.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I had a timeline that I had to get all these girls out of there and into somewhere else. So then everyone, I had them all at Coral Gables. So that's when my trainings like took a little bit of a pause, because I had to now accommodate all these artists into one space.
Was it still the Lash trainings, or you already did the perma makeup trainings?
PMU trainings.
Okay.
Yeah, which that's like a whole nother... I had only been doing... At this point, I think I opened my new location like a little bit after that first WULOP that I attended. So I must have not even been a year doing lip blush. I think maybe like 10, 11 months.
Did WULOP push you to open it, or you were already in the process?
No, I was in the process since July 2022. I signed my lease on July 2022.
Okay, I think WULOP was like around that time.
It was like a month or 2 after.
Okay.
I think it was in August.
So what was the budget?
I am a very, like, I just let things flow. I didn't really go into it without a budget, but it was 3,000 square feet. So I got the space. There was nothing in there. I didn't even have AC in that space.
Wow.
So we had to build it from zero. And I just went along with it. I had money in my bank account that I was ready to use. But I didn't put a budget on it, you know?
You used your investment, like fully invested by you. Nobody helped you, or like...
It was all me.
So you basically like ran risk with everything you had.
And it ended up being more than I had in my bank account. I ended up, I think in that space, I ended up spending like a good $250,000.
Wow.
Out of my pocket. Like every day as I was making money, if I did a client, that money would I'd have to pay it to contractors.
But it's a lot of money. And for a 22-year-old girl to have on your bank account, wow.
Yeah. It was crazy.
You're good in money budgeting? Like, I mean... No?
Not until now that I have
How did you manage to save that much money? Because, like, I'm really bad with that. Like, I make money and like...
I'm not good with investing money or anything like that. It was just, I knew that I wanted to do that. Remember, I also had cash that had came in from that first location, which I got a good amount of money from that. And that was like the initial. So what I made off of that first location, I put it into like the build out of the place. I'm talking about like the walls and things like that. Everything else that was like what really racked up, I just went doing it little by little. The place, that location, we had to do everything from zero, like permitting, everything was done from zero. So I had a lot of time to also like continue building that money. And I was doing trainings. At that point, I was doing 6 to 8 girls per training. $3,000 per person. So, I mean, the money was coming in easily.
How did you start giving up trainings? Not every permanent makeup artist is ready for that. Like some of them are not ready, but they do that. But what pushed you to that? Like, is just like
Yeah.
in terms of income too?
I never wanted to do trainings like that. I was kind of like thrown into it because I had an artist that was working with me in that first location. And this artist, she had been doing lip blush for a lot longer than me. She had been doing it. She had like 2 years experience. She was very good at what she did. And she was offering trainings under us. So I would promote her trainings and all the students would go to her. And one day she just wasn't with me anymore. But we had students that had already booked. What am I going to do? Refund them? And at this point, I'm already doing lip blush. And when I started to do lip blush, it just clicked. I feel like I was good at it right away. I mean, I went to WULOP like 8 months after taking my training. So I was pretty good at it. And I felt confident. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go and train these people. I've done trainings for lashes. So I already had that background of like how to express yourself to students, which I think is like the most important part of it. And the technique was there too. I was,
Who was your first like fundamental course trainer in PMU? Natasha?
Natasha was my first lip blush training. Yes.
And like the first person that brought you into PMU? Because I feel like that person is genius because you're just like fired up, or you are like super genius that you started and it was just like boo.
Well, when I took my first training, in that training, I think it was like in September, October, one of those 2 months in 2021.
It was only eyebrows or?
Just eyebrows.
Okay.
Just eyebrows. That was back in 2021. And
it was even here in Miami.
Yeah. And even that, I was pretty good at it. And shortly after that, this person took me under her wing. And she had me assisting in her training.
What's her name? Tell us the name. We want the name.
I can't talk about that.
Why?
No.
Because you don't like, you liked it.
No. I've had like issues with this person in the past.
How long after you first started with the PMU taking your eyebrow training, you did the second one for the lip blush?
So I did my first training for brows. It was in 2021, and then I did lip blush in 2023. So I think it was like a 2-year gap in between.
Why did you feel like you wanted to take the lip blush training, and specifically from Natasha?
Before I took my lip blush training, I had experimented.
Okay, we like it.
With like 3 girls, and I did their lip blush. It came out good, but it wasn't like, now I look back at those pictures and they're still up on my page. And I have clients that still come to me and they're like, look, I want my lips like this. I'm like, you want your lips like that? And I just took them. Like, I had never taken a training or anything like that. They were just colleagues of mine and they just wanted to do it. So I had done that, but it wasn't like, I wasn't comfortable with it, so I stopped doing it. And I have been following Natasha for like a very, very long time, ever since she did like her WULOP, which I think was in, I don't know what year.
21, I think.
21.
Mm-hmm. Because you took part in 2022, right?
2022,
mm-hmm.
yeah. So I took part in the next one after that. But I had been following her for a while, and I was obsessed with her work. So I messaged her. I like taking risk. I like just doing fun things. And I like things that keep me motivated in my work environment. I can't be like doing the same thing all the time. I just need change all the time.
You said that you like to take risk. Like, did you have situations when you regretted about it? Like, about doing risky curves?
Yeah. I mean, I just made like the worst financial decision I had made in a long time recently.
Recently?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. In December, I bought a laser machine.
Okay.
And that was like the worst financial decision I could have made. Yeah.
I want to know more about it because I've been thinking about it as well, and this is what I was calculating. I'm like, it's not really worth it, I think. But tell me you have experienced it. So
Yeah.
what didn't meet your expectations? Not enough clients, or you just don't?
So Miami's not the place to be investing into big chunks of money like that. Laser machines, if you're getting it from like a good reputable company, they're gonna cost you $100,000 to $250,000. Anywhere around there. It's not gonna cost you anything less than that unless it's a secondhand machine. This machine that I purchased was almost $200,000, so it was a lot. I didn't read over the contract how I should have, and I ended up getting myself into this like super weird contract that it wasn't like I was financing the machine. It was like if I am leasing to buy the machine. If that makes any sense. Yeah. So it's like a subscription that I'm paying. And I had no idea that this is...
For that much? What is it, like a picosecond?
No, I have an Alma Harmony.
Because it's like super a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. But it makes sense if you're charging top dollar for procedures. But in Miami, that's just not the case.
And people are not educated. They don't understand. They're like, yeah, but I can do laser over there for
exactly.
like 3 times cheaper.
Yeah, but the contract was what really, really messed me up. The price of the machine didn't scare me, and I was comfortable with the price of the machine, but if I would have read my contract a little bit better and I saw what I was actually paying in interest, I would have never, ever done it. Like I said, if the price was higher per procedure, 100%. And my machine does laser hair removal, tattoo removal, and skin resurfacing. So it does it all. It's an amazing machine.
Are you happy with the quality that...
It's amazing. It's incredible. We remove eyebrows in 2 sessions at most.
So maybe
they're
it's
gone.
just a term of like, promotion so people could know. And
yeah, but imagine
that it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and it's not just that it's a lot of money, but it's the interest is where they get you. So read your contracts.
Yeah. Who is your clientele? Like, it sounds like you got your clients right away after you finish your lash course, and since then you're like fully booked. Because Miami is full of beauty artists. Yeah. What I heard before, it's like it has a very high competition.
Yeah.
How do you manage to be fully booked?
So because I did get off to a good start with the lashing, it was like just a snowball effect, and it's word of mouth is really the main way that I get my clients, and social media. That's really the only advertising that I do. I don't do Google advertisement. I don't do Yelp advertising. I only do advertising on Instagram, and most of my clients are just recommended. That's really how I get my clientele, and I attract a lot of different people. I attract not just like I attract all ethnicities, all ages.
Does the location of your salon also like helps you to get more people, or basically it's just your name and like people that trust you, like your personal brand?
Yeah.
Basically.
No, I'm located in an incredible area. So I'm right at the entrance of Coral Gables. Coral Gables is very luxurious, very high end. But where I'm at, I'm 15 minutes away from everything. So when people search up...
So it actually works.
Yes.
Helps you have more.
100%. 100%.
You run procedures, you do trainers, you sell products, you have laser, you rent out space as well. Mm-hmm. What gives you like the bigger part of income in all this little like
I want to say my personal procedures, because I pocket them 100%. With my artists, it's a commission split. With rentals, it just helps pay overhead. And then another good money maker for me is we're not just a salon, but we are also like a med spa now. I have an injector. She does lip filler, Botox, all that good stuff. So that's something that's...
Also the products. You have your personal line of beauty products, right?
No, so I sell to my students more than anything, just lip blush pigments.
What pigments do you sell?
Eye color.
Eye color. Okay. Are you the only one who brings them to the States?
I am.
Are you a distributor? Like you sell it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am, but I don't market it too much. I don't really post about it too much.
Why?
I don't have time for that.
Okay. That's why I get that.
So I just target my students. We have, let's say, even if it's a small class, there's like 3-4 students in the class. They want to leave the class with pigments, so I sell them these pigments. But
you probably sell it now because Eye Color doesn't like search for another distributor. They have you and they're happy with you.
I don't know if they're happy with me because I don't order that much from them. My orders they're not too big and they're not too often, but they don't have anybody else in the States. But I also think that they need more. It's a lot more promotion that needs to happen in the States for them. I love these pigments with my whole heart. I've been using these pigments since I started in Lip Blush. Elena, PMU Zone.
Okay.
Been following her for ever as well. And she would post about them, and that's how I saw those pigments. And I was like, okay, how do I get my hands on these pigments? And that was back when I started doing Lip Blush.
Was it one of the reasons why you flew overseas to take her course recently with the little baby? Or something else? You have a big plan coming?
So I love her work. If I fall in love with an artist's work, I'm going to do what I have to do. I will climb the mountains.
And Elena is a WULOP world champion, right?
Yes, yeah. So she's what I want to be. I look up to her so much. Her work is absolutely incredible. And it was so incredible to see it also in person. And I absolutely love her. I love her work, and whatever it took, I was willing to do to take her training. She's the second lip blush training that I take. So it was Natasha and hers. That's the only two lip blush.
You're pretty picky. You go with the best.
Yes, yeah. I was ready to go to Russia to train with her. I had my whole plan in action. I'm Cuban, so with my Cuban passport, I can get into Russia.
Okay, so talking about the competitions.
Yes.
You mentioned that she's the one who you want to be, and it brings my next question. You've been the champion basically twice. You went to WULOP twice in 2022 and 2023, and you won the prize places. Yes. Was it the second place and the third, or? So
in 2022, it was third place, and then in 2024, I got second place.
Oh, so you skipped 2023. On 2023, you were a judge and you were a speaker.
Yes.
And then you got back as a participant.
Yeah.
And as I know, you've been invited to be a speaker and judge again, but you chose this year to participate as a competitor again. Tell us why. And the answer to this question, as well as many more, you will find out joining PMU Space community. So click the link below and see you there. Oh, by the way, PMU Space community is all you need as a permanent makeup artist in one place. We have courses from world-renowned PMU experts sharing their secrets and tips of award-winning techniques. We have downloadable materials and client forms. All you need, just put your logo on it. Anonymous questions and Fix My Work section will give you personalized feedback from world experts to cover your painful spots. Monthly webinar sessions from the tops of PMU industry will give you more insights on how to grow in the PMU. Here we also discuss news and novelties of the PMU market. We have challenges that make you grow and monthly PMU box raffle. So click the link below and join this amazing community where we help support and grow together. See you there. Maybe that's why you didn't earn the first place.
Sometimes I'm doing my procedure and I mean, this is going to sound so bad, but I forget I have a kid.
What do you actually feel about growing competition and permanent makeup now?
I don't think I've ever seen anywhere this dynamic.
Do you actually monitor the market, or you just focused on your business and you don't give a shit what's going on around?
Where did I lack this month that I have to pick up in the next month so I can bring it back up? The hardest thing to maneuver is when people are leaving your space.
What does it mean?
I'm not going to a therapist and I'm definitely not taking pills.
Your work sounds so smooth and cool.
That is where I make the most money. My number, I make like 6 figures off of PMU.